Hey, I'm Jared at Portland Nursery, and today we're going to talk about aphids and aphid control. So, to start out with, what are aphids? Aphids are small little pests that are soft-bodied. They can and they suck the sap out of your plants. They can be green, orange, or black, a few different looks, and they can either be winged or wingless. So, they breed. Also, they have very fast generations. They breed very fast. They have a generation of about 6 days long, and one adult can lay 12 young in one day, so they can breed extremely fast. You can get about 80 from one mother in a week. Typical life cycle, they'll overwinter in trees, very commonly plums, flowering cherries, things like that. And then they overwinter as an egg on that. When the first new growth of the year comes out, they will hatch and then start feeding and maturing on that branch. When that branch gets very crowded, the next generation laid will have wings. They will then fly away to other plants, and that is commonly when they'll start arriving at your vegetables, your flowers, your shrubs, etc., other trees. And then they'll repeat that process through the spring and summer. As they crowd out those plants, they will then continue to spread. So they breed very fast, and then they can fly and spread to your other plants. It's very important to take care of that problem really early. Reason why I'm talking about all this is the different parts of their life cycle. You can treat them in different ways. So overwinter on the tree, most often it's great to do a dormant oil spray. So we have this product here, All Seasons Horticultural Oil. It's just a mineral oil spray, and with this you can spray the tree before any flowers or leaves come out. Typically February or March is a great time to do that here in Portland, and you just coat the whole tree in this oil, and that will smother the eggs and potentially kill them. So hopefully you take care of the problem early on. Especially great if you have any roses or fruit trees to take care of, or if you have that in your yard and are having aphids in general. The other times of the year when you actually see them on your leaves, active colonies of aphids growing, you can still use this up until it's about 80 degrees, but when it's really sunny or hot out, you can burn your leaves. Other products that are great to use, my personal favorite is insecticidal soap. It'll kill them very fast within an hour or so. Pyrethrins are also a great product and can take care of a lot of insects. So these are both great products to use through the whole spring, summer, whenever you see aphids actively on your plants. Then another option to use would be beneficial insects. Many people love to use ladybugs to help take care of their aphids. With ladybugs, you can start lacing them when it's warmer out. Typically above 50 is a good time to do it when you actively see these aphids as an issue. And with these, typically people are releasing ladybugs when they're adults. So you're releasing a little bag or a cup of adult ladybugs, and the goal is to get the young, the larva ladybugs, to then eat the aphids. The adults eat some, but not too many. So the best way to release ladybugs is do it in the evening. They do go to sleep at night, and they're typically going to be thirsty when you get them to wake up. So misting or hosing down your plants in the evening and releasing the ladybugs out there is great. And all we want them to do is wake up, crawl over the plant, breed, and then they'll leave. And then the young, typically a week or two later, will start to hatch and then start taking care of the aphids. So if you do see the ladybugs leave, it's not a problem. With ladybugs, you also want to remember to help take control of ants. Ants are going to be a predator to ladybugs and larvae, and they'll get the eggs. So you can always use a ant bait if you do have ants over your plant. They will protect the aphids, and releasing beneficials, you always want to make sure you are taking care of the ants first. So you can do a spray, and then release ant baits, and then release your beneficial. Another beneficial that I really like to use is green lacewings. They are a bit faster at breeding, and the larvae eat a little bit more than your ladybug. So that's another great one to use if you can find that at your local nursery. So one thing that's really important to do with all of this is always scout early and often. When spring's warming up, aphids have already been to work, and you want to catch them when they're early. As I said, you can have about 80 new ones per week, and each one of those can then make 80 if they're successful. So very important to get them early. For scouting, you're often looking at the newest growth on your plant, and typically they'll be hiding under the leaf. When there's many aphids on one plant feeding, you can have some damage, such as curled leaves. So if you ever see some curled leaves, definitely check those out. You can check the inside of the curl if you want. Once that leaf curls too much, you can't spray anymore, so you can just pick those ones off. So go through your gardens early through spring and check the underside of the leaf for any of the little hiding aphids. So thank you. If you have any more questions, feel free to stop off at one of our locations and take care of your aphids.